Welcome to Optimum Forex Trading. Robina from Zim's Online Trading Journal. If you choose to stay, please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. I trade ICT concepts, the free mentorship, focusing mainly on fair value gaps and learning order blocks. And this is done within the London morning session, my main pair being cable, which is Great British Pound versus the USD. And if you want to learn to trade the way I trade, then head over to the Inner Circle Traders YouTube channel, where he teaches algorithmic price action trading for free. He does not do lifestyle videos. He actually shows you the charts and what to look for, where to look for it, and how to look for it. So if you want to learn or improve your trading, I implore you to please look into the Inner Circle Traders video. Okay, so now for my disclaimer. Please view everything you see here as entertainment and not any form of trading, investment, or financial advice. And also know that I will never, ever, ever DM you. And if anyone approaches you pretending to be me, please run with your money and immediately block them. They are trying to scam you. I do not have a Telegram community. I do not have a WhatsApp community. I am busy, so I don't have online communities like that. So please, please, please make sure that you are careful with your money. If, however, for some reason you need my personal assistance, you are welcome to send me an email. I'll only respond to emails, and my email address is on this channel, or any link that's provided from this channel. You can use that to reach me, but I will never come to you. Okay, so now that we have that out of the way, let's look at today's trading. Right, today is Wednesday, 25 October 2023, and it is just before 8 a.m. in Zim, where I am, which is just before 2 a.m. New York. Because I trade ICT concepts, I use the New York time frame, which at the moment is UTC -4. This changes depending on the season, I'm guessing. Right, so let me look at my chart here. Okay, so because we are not yet within my kill zone time, I'm not trading yet or not looking to take any trades. I just came in to see where we are in price. So there are questions that I'm going to be asking myself today before I decide to take a trade. That's if I do. If you watched Tuesday's video, this is yesterday's video, I waited here for price to come and tag me in at this order block. I had put my price level somewhere here. Unfortunately, it didn't. It left without me, and I didn't chase it. I collapsed my trades. So this is Tuesday's high, meaning Tuesday could have created the high of the week so far, and price is probably on its way to create the low of the week, which could occur between today and Friday. So meaning we are looking at lower prices. Okay, this is very important. We are looking at the draw on liquidity being towards these BISs, especially the daily BISI, this one. The H11 could hold off price for a bit, maybe as an inversion fair value gap, before price continues lower. We are watching it quite closely because of these levels here, the relative equal low levels that were created the week before last, and these low levels that were created last week. Price didn't trade through it, it's traded to it and away from it. So we will be watching today if price is willing to trade through, come back to reprice, and maybe continue lower. So the questions that I'm going to ask when I come back on the charts, some I'll mark now anyways, but is price above open price? We look at two price points, which is the Asia Open and the New York Open. So let me just get my trend line here, and Asia Open is at 5 p.m. which is this price. So I'll put Asia Open price here. Asia open price, and then let's look at the actual price of the open. It's up here, look up there. So if I put my mouse over it, open price is 215.99. So we are going to put that in there, 215.99, which was 21600. That will work for me, just to the nearest one round figure. That's Asia open price. So far price is trading above Asia open price. The next price level we look at is New York open price, and New York open is at 12 midnight, which is this price point here, and the open price is 1.21714, which I'm going to mark as 1.21715 again, just to the nearest round figure, and this is New York open price. All right, and let's just move it a bit to the actual time of the open, which is right there. That's the actual candle. So we need price to be above open price, create a CB or an order block within our kill zone, and that's the price point we are going to use for entry. Also looking at yesterday's price leg, if you did watch my video, I mentioned that if price was to come and trade below this BC, it could use the BC as an inversion fair value gap, and also if it was to create a CB within Tuesday's leg, it would come back to reprice that CB. So I want to mark here Monday's BC, which is this one. It will be green because that is bullish for me, and this is the hourly BC for Monday. I can put this as Monday anyways, just for the sake of the video. So this then could possibly turn into an inversion fair value gap. Thus, if price is willing to come up maybe to consequent encroachment, which is midway point of the BC, and then start making its way down. Another price point we can watch, which is above open price, is yesterday's CB, which is right here. You see the gap? This is a CB, so it's going to be red, and we will put this as yesterday, which is Tuesday, and this is on the H1 time frame as well. Okay, so these are price levels that price could potentially come up to reprice and continue down. If you notice, this CB here is actually above the midpoint of the BC that was created on Monday, and that means it's in premium. So price could want to come up to premium because we sell above open price and we buy below open price. Also looking above, we have this order block here. I will just highlight it in case price is willing to come up there, and we also have this small little gap, this small little CB that is below the order block. So this is a bearish order block of yesterday. So these are the levels, the premium levels that I'm looking at, and hoping that price will come back up to reprice, create a CB. Remember, yesterday it didn't create a CB, but we are looking for something like this, a gap, a fair value gap, a gap in price, and it should occur during our kill zone. So between 2 and 4, we are looking for that, or we are looking for an order block as our entry criteria. If that does not occur, we are not trading today. It's very simple. We'll wait for price. Okay, so I will be back a little bit later to see what price has decided to do, and then I will make my decision on whether I am going to trade or I am going to sit on the sidelines for Wednesday. Great. See you in a bit. All right, I am back. It is just before 10 a.m. In Sim, and this candle painting is the 3 to 4 a.m. candle. And it looks like price didn't want to start off by going to maybe reprice this CB, or at least trade up to consequent encroachment of this inversion fair value gap. Instead, it chose to just start off to the tip of, or the open price of Monday's BC, and then start making its way down. Also looking up at the other asset classes, we see that we are moving in sync. DXY is bullish and the rest are bearish. So if the candle painting forms a CB, I might consider entering. However, there's things that I need to note here. The 4 to 5 a.m. candle needs to close and leave this gap open, and that's where I'm going to put in my limit order, sell limit order, should I choose to sell. Now, the reason why I'm saying should I choose to sell, if that happens, I'm going to put in my stop loss at the just above the open price of this candle, which is the 3 to 4 a.m. candle, like this. And I'll wait for the painting of the next hour candle to see if this candle is left as a gap, and then I'll make my decision. Now, the reason why I'm saying I'm going to decide whether I want to trade or not is because of this. Price is within the range of this CB, which was the daily, and this BISI, which is also the daily. So we are in between price. I don't have higher time frame confirmation of levels. So if I trade, it will be a high risk trade in the hope of market going lower. And if I think maybe I don't want to take the risk, wait for price to come to the lower levels, buy up on my second account. So those are my two choices, or rather, instead of saying those are my two choices, let me say this is where I am, where decision making is concerned. Do I want to risk it in the hope that it will go lower? It probably can, or it can still, maybe during the afternoon session, decide to come up and reprice and then go down. Price does what it wants. But because I'm not on my higher time frame levels, I'm trading off yesterday, the Monday's or yesterday's leg, and not the daily. It will be a high risk trade for me. So let me decide. Let me wait for the next hour, which is 9 to 10 a.m. to paint, which would then be 4 to 5 a.m. to paint and close, and then I'll come back with the decision. Remember what I just said. I'm trading in between my higher level or higher time frame PD arrays. So this will be a high risk trade. For scalpers, it will be a perfect trade because maybe I'll be getting in here and getting off just there. But because I am a long-term trader and I want to hold, or a swing trader, I want to hold for longer, I would prefer maybe entering at the daily PD arrays. This one, or the one that we came from during yesterday's price leg. It does look like it is forming a CB, definitely. But let me wait for the next candle to close, and then when the next candle closes and it leaves the gap, I will make my decision. I will be back very soon. See you in a bit. Oh, great. So I am back. It's just after 11 in Zim, and it's just after 5 a.m. New York time. I've got some customers that have come in that I need to attend to, so I'm not 100% focused on my chart. So it's because of this that I have decided that maybe I will not be taking any trades or any entries today. But what I would like to do though is highlight the areas that I am seeing that price could potentially come back up to reprice. As you can see, the 3 to 4 a.m. candle did leave a CB, but price didn't come up first to reprice these areas like what it did yesterday when it came to reprice the daily PD arrays. It didn't come back to reprice any of the H1 PD arrays that it left in its wake: Tuesday's price leg and Monday's price leg, this inversion fair value gap and this CB. So if I was to trade, like say if I was going to be concentrating on my charts now, I would be putting in my sell limit at this price point, wait for price to come up to reprice it and go down. The challenge with this trade for today is we still have these price points that price hasn't repriced just yet. So I'm going to put in my measuring tool out of curiosity, really, nothing much, to see that if I had placed in my sell limit today, would price have come up to reprice? and then continue lower, or will price have come up to reprice and then head for these draws on liquidity? So I'm not trading because I've got a bit busy. I've got someone waiting outside by the door. I asked them just for a few seconds so I can record, and they need to come in and I need to attend to them. So I won't be putting in any orders, but I came in just to highlight this point that I have just come from mentioning. And just looking at the trade that I am currently in, we are so far $300 in. We need about $200 to get to target. Remember, we are looking at these draws on liquidity here. We're also looking at this inversion fair value gap. That price hasn't come up to reprice just yet. It can continue lower, heading for these swing lows, and then make its way up, considering that we are trading on Wednesday. So Wednesday is normally a continuation legs, but because my mind is not 100%, but I think I will wait and let this day pass, unfortunately. But yeah, I will be back in a bit just to show you what price has decided to do. Alrighty, see you in a bit. Okay, I am back. It is about an hour and a half before home time, and this candle that's painting now is the 10 to 11 a.m. candle, which is after the New York kill zone from 7 to 9. And if I put my cursor here, this is the 7 to 8 candle, 8 to 9 candle, 9 to 10. So this will be the 10 to 11 a.m. candle currently painting. As you can see, price hasn't come back up to reprice the London session CB. So if I'd put in this entry, price would still not have come up to tag me in. And it hasn't traded past this H1. You remember it? Let's go back. Right, this H1 busy. It is still kind of like undecided on whether it was to go lower or it wants to come back up. So it's still a waiting game to see how price is going to paint for the rest of the day, going into the afternoon session and also going into London close. So over the next 2 hours, we'll see how price is willing to paint, if it will go lower to come for these swing lows, or if it will go up maybe to come and reprice this area, or come up to reprice this CB instead and continue down. So since I've got about an hour and a half before I have to go home, I think I'll come back in the next 30 minutes or so just to show you what price has done, and then I will close the video for the day, and that would be it. And just quickly, we still are here. I mean, like I was saying, price hasn't moved much, so our entry is still at just above $300. So we are not at target yet. If price continues going up, maybe to reprice this, we will be a few dollars less. If it comes up to this level here, a few dollars less, but hoping that maybe Thursday or by the end of the day, because it's still London session, by the end of the day, price will have started making its way down. I will come back in about 30 or so minutes to show you, because it doesn't look like price has been moving much, like it's been consolidating or waiting for something. There could be some news item or something occurring, but like I've said before, and like what ICT always advises, news really doesn't do much where direction of market is for the day. It just adds a bit of momentum to it. So if, let's assume this candle is a news candle, it will just add some volatility to the market, but market will eventually draw to where it is supposed to go. And if the liquidity draw is below here, it will eventually come back down towards liquidity or to reprice the daily busy. Okay, so I will be back again just before close to show you how the day ended. That's the day in my time, that is, because we still have the New York afternoon session to paint anyways, and then we've still got the rest of the day, which is Asia, if we're going to be using New York time. So there's still quite a few hours of price action, but for now this is how the market is looking. So I shall be back before I go home. Alrighty, see you in a bit. Okay, it's close to home time, and this is how the price action is looking so far. And I'm not sure if price will continue, maybe come and reprice this a few times and continue lower, or if it's going to keep going up. If I had maybe say put in this entry, I would have had to wait until New York kill zone for it to come and tag me in and then continue lower, if that was going to be a signal that price is probably willing to go lower. But because New York kill zone didn't come up to reprice and then make its way down, I would probably have collapsed this trade because of time. I would have waited a very, very long time. According to how I trade, or how I understood what I am supposed to do where time and price is concerned using ICT concepts, when I put in my entry of the London kill zone, which is 2 to 4 a.m., say a CB or a BC has formed during that time, I can give it at least until 9 a.m. for price to come back up, reprice, and then move in the same direction of my entry. And if I'm wrong, usually by 9 or 10, price will have come up and taken me out anyway. So normally New York kill zone and London kill zone work together. All right. And anything outside of that, like now what's painting is painting London close, could go either way. Either it will keep on going up and come up to reprice this CB that was created yesterday, or at least halfway to this inversion fair value gap, or it could go down. However, because we are now trading the afternoon session and it's almost time to go home, this would have been a late entry for me. So the reason why I'm saying this is just so I can remember this for my notes. This would have been a late entry, so meaning when this 10 a.m. candle started painting, I would have then collapsed my trade, because price can come up during afternoon session. I won't be anywhere near my screen, so it can come up, continue up, and then decide to make its way down. So this would then be a high risk entry because of the time that the pullback has occurred. Pullback is supposed to occur at least within the New York kill zone, so at least by 10 a.m. So by this candle that's painting, it should have already started pulling back, and now this candle that's painting should start making its way down. All things being equal, if it was a good trading day, and also if we were trading off the higher time frame PDRAs. If you remember earlier, I did say if I had taken it, I would have taken it as a high risk trade, because I'm trading off lower time frame, which is the 1 hour. I'm trading off the 1 hour fair value gap, which is this inversion fair value gap, or this CB. It's in the 1 hour and not off the daily. But if price action had occurred off the daily, then it would be a low risk entry. Not to say that I wouldn't take a loss, no, because I don't predict where the market is going. However, at least because it's reacting off a higher time frame PDRA, the possibility of it actually going in that direction are higher than if it was reacting off a lower time frame PDRA. So unfortunately, because of the time, I can't be sitting here waiting for price to either take me out, hypothetically take me out, or continue going lower. So I will leave this this screen the way it is, and then I'll show you how it will have painted tomorrow when I come to my screen. And again, tomorrow I'll decide on whether I'm going to wait for the end of the day to create the low of the day and then create a BC, and I'll use that BC as possible entry for the tail that will be forming. That's if Thursday creates the low of the week. I don't know how Wednesday is going to end up. I'll only see how it has painted when I come back to the chart tomorrow. So let's just go back to my open trade again. As you can see, equity has dropped down. The great thing is we are still in profit, but the reason why I'm showing you this back and forth is so that you can see that it is a lot of patient trading especially if you decide to trade off the higher time frames, like I'm trading off the 1 hour. But if you're scalping, obviously you can get in on the 1 minute or the 5 minute, and within an hour or two you're out of the market, and then you leave the market to do what it wants to do. But I'm trading off the higher time frame time period, so it will take longer for the trade to develop where my TP is concerned. This is why you're seeing the fluctuations in my equity. So it's just a matter of patience. There's nothing much that we can do. So I shall be back tomorrow, and yeah, that's it really for today. I will see you tomorrow then. Oh, and please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you.